Gbam, 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 gbam. Gbam. And the way you guys are queer. I am not going to memorize yourself there. Ngakulu joy I was. Ebe na nyo nyo si. Ebe na papati o si. Ebe na I mepe your baba. Afanka bu Dr. Chijoke Igwendo Yambaba Odogobo ezigbo onye aba. Nwanne odelo ụwa. Maka ikpeazụ ụmụaka isi eme ya na Gbam ebe aka na-eweta ndị maka esi ekwu ya ndị nwere ike iji naanị the big talkers only ndị nwere ife na-agụ ụwa anyị na-ekwu ife mmụta anyị na-ekwu ife mkpughe anyị na-ekwukwa nke na-eso okwu mana ose okwu anyị asị ndo maka na asị ndo elewe anyị na tata bụ onye unu nwere ike ịma onye nwere ike onye anụ maka ya maazị Uchenna Agbo ezigbote onye film katala aja arụ Uche Agbo nọ na Gbam
daalụ nne obi na-amapụkwa m amapụ ewe
wọ́n ní fẹ́lẹ́ ẹ̀fẹ́ ọ́ ibi ikú Gbam ọ̀sẹ̀fẹ́
mana eziokwu
Uche nọ
daalụ nne
kọwala anyị kedu onye bụ Uche Agbo
Uche Agbo bụkwa onye ejije ka isi wee kwu ebido m ime ihe ejije mgbe m ka nọrọ na uni mana tupu m bata na uni atago m mgbe hapụ okwu mgbe m ka bụrụ nwatakịrị ka m adị nke 11 years ka ndị mgbe m watch one interview na Minaj System Television mgbe gboo MST yes mgbe a na-eme Peter Bruno Jr. interview ama m ga-echeta child actor there anụ m na ọ bụzi pharmacist kịta so ka na-eme interview ọ nọ n'azụ V-boot yi onwe nwanụ mgbagba watch nwanụ oyi na-acha dịka gold dị ya amakwa m gold ma ọ bụrụ gold sha mana ọ just iri dị watch so Chunwa Nkwọ bụ ihe na-eme interview that day so ka kirichara interview ntu onwe m na kemgbe ọ ga-abido ruo etinye m na-azụ V-boot manye m chain watch n'aka na-ajụ m ajụ na-asị so nche ebe amanye ọ ga ndị ode register na Actors Guild of Nigeria. I think that was early 2000 so from there eche nwere isi Bataza University gụchaa theater arts okay mgbe a na-agụ theater arts ka ndụ agwa onwe m sị mba na ọtụtụ ndị mmadụ na-abịa gụchaa na mana m nwere ebido n'oge maka na echebu rim na theater arts na film bụ ofu ihe mana amara m n'ụzọ ihe na-abụ so year 2 ka m nọ na university mgbe m si ka m try ekene mama nga in fact year 1 second semester ka m mepe my own film academy so ụtụtụ nje school je kiri akụzichara m na university nwere mgbede je kụziri ndị ọzọ were nara ha ego tiekwa n'akpa so na-aga school n'ụtụtụ na-akụziri ndị ọzọ ihe akụziri m n'ụtụtụ nje kụziri ya ndị mmadụ na mgbede otu a ka m siri eze ego nji eme my first film na university year 2 first semester Chinwetala Agụ nọ na the film Dauda nọ na the film and a couple of others so otu a ka si wee rigide mechaa wee mgbe after na university wee face gbamgbam wee chụpadie so eventually now I'm the National Vice President of Directors Guild of Nigeria. I'm the National Chairman of Nigerian Film Festivals Association. I'm a film writer, director, producer, and even also say and I say na Nollywood Erika. Mano akobiri so
okay Uche Agbo ịgwaga ya maka your professional career ka anyị malụ your background and upbringing kedu onye ebe ị bụ kedu ebe amụ kedu ebe ito kedu ebe ije secondary school primary school kedu ebe ịgba street kedu ọgbọ ị nọ wee
anyway abụ onye ụmụala n'isi ụzọ local government area dị n'Enugu State mana ebe mma asị onwe m na mba onye Obosi maka na Obosi ka nnọtọ Obosi na Anambra State in fact ọ bụ na m na-achụpado akụ na nke ikpeazụ ebe m mụtara ya bụ n'Obosi so eto m n'Obosi aga m Umuru campus ihe a na-akpọ ya bụ community secondary school Obosi mana ihe anyị nwa na-akpọ ya bụ Umuru campus enwekwa m small stint na seminary school na St. Paul Seminary Okpor before nche ebe amafta then gbadatazie Enugu na Union Secondary School agụtọpụzie my secondary school days so eto m n'Obosi and ihe mmụta na ihe one of the things mmụta mgbe ha bụ na abịa na my village ndị mmadụ na-akpọ ndị mmadụ aga agbabọghị na ugwu Hausa mana abịa n'Obosi a na-akpọ ndị mmadụ eji agbabọghị na South Africa and Spain and other countries so now I just have to kpọọ onwe m meeting do onwe m ọdịsị mba ebe a na ebe a ịkpọga mmadụ north na ịkpọga mmadụ south nke ka mma ọ bụrụ ofu ihe so mgbe ka m ji ebe chụpada akụ mmadụ that na ọ dị mkpa so n'obosi ka nto mana gụcha most of my secondary I finish in primary school because abịa m obosi mgbe m ka nọ primary 5 then St. Joseph Secondary School kịta ya na-akpọzi ya Maria Ines mana ọ n'obosi ka ọ dị mechaa gụgide je seminary school 1 year mapụta banye nọdụ na community secondary school obosi anyị nwa na-akpọ mmụrụ campus gụọ the whole secondary school till SS3 SS2 hapụzi wee na-agbada Enugu ebe m gụtọpụzi secondary school from there nweta admission na Nnamdi Azikiwe University Ọka mana o take him 4 years asị m na ọlọ ka m ga-agụ mana m gụchakwa lọ na m ga-eji ime ihe gbasara theater na film because na mgbe ahụ nwụrụ na ihe ekwetegide gụọ theater dekete m jam na the last time nsi onwe m emedu m ihe eme ntinye theater arts that year ntinye theater arts my cut off mark merit ịgụ law nsi mba na no need ịnachiwa azụ ọ ka mma otu a nsi tinye gozi theater arts ka m gụbịa otu a ka m si wee banyezie Nnamdi Azikiwe University Ọka hia wee gụtọpụ ihe dị na ya.
Okay, ito na obosi ụkwala.
Mbana. Obonna.
Okay, Obonna. Okay, because enwe m ezigbo ọkwa aka mbụ onye obosi Tony 1 week.
Ezigbo somehow Tony bụ my in-law.
Okay.
Achọbụ ọfụma because onye my late brother nọ bụ onye obosi ya na Tony ha gba nwanne.
Okay.
Ndị be mụ na-agụ.
Okay.
Tony na Mechi Monago, all hands in all the same family.
Yes.
Tony 1 week Monago.
Yes.
All my in-law.
Yes.
Yes.
Kedu ife azụetu n'obosi kedu ihe dị so spectacular about obosi bụ na mmadụ sị gị nwanne akwa nwa obosi o nwanne amụ onye ọbụla acha
akọwata ya bụ na obosi fụka nwanne ya na anụ ọgụ ọ pụta oburugodo ụzọ mgba dị ọgụ ọ nụcha dị ọgụ jụwazie nwanne ya ka ihe na-ese ada ajụ ka ihe na-ese first before and work a ga-anụchagodo ọgụ first wee jụwazie ka ihe na-ese so obosi na-agbachitere nwanne ha so ị ga-amụta ịgbachitere nwanne gị ịpụta ebe atụ ọgụ na ịpụta ine anya bụ na onye obosi na ebe ahụ itinye aka na dị ọgụ na wagodo ịnụ wagodo nugide anụcha dị ọgụ ị na-anasị n'ụlọ na-ajụ nwanne gị mana ka ihe kpatakwa na ọgụ ahụ.
Okay, mgbe ego theater art ama m na theater adịbe maybe na ọ bụrụ ihe parents na-asị nwatakịrị ngwa na-agụọ theater art because a na-asị nọ ndị na-agba egwu na ndị
na-eme
so how was it mgbe ego theater art like from your parents and from your well-wishers?
My parents enwekebero because ha gara school ha enwekebero much problem ha mara do the difference but ụmụnne m my elder ones bụ ihe fụtara that no egwuregwu ka nji egwu
yes
even mmadụ nwe m sef ọ ya kpata ndị achọbụrụ ego theater efilibu m nọọ egwuregwu ka a na-egwu nsị ebe m makwa ka esi egwu dị egwu ndị gorogo ọlọ ngụchasị lọpụta ka ndị egwu dị egwu amara mgbe m batasị theater na what I ordered versus what I got nsogbu karị. So the truth is, the most of my siblings, ndị toucham because I'm the last born, would have preferred them to go another course. But mbanyeze the theater arts, thank God, luckily nan banyaya because some of the things I'm to them mamma. So it was not an easy ride, but at the end of the day, I think after that 4 years and they could go jam, I have also grown. Maybe they were jam, I think when they're about 19 years or so. So by the time 4 years plus 19, I'm not going to 20 something. So I already know what I want. Don't do this at that time. So that's how. But most of my friends they take Rock'em serious. So that's the truth. Until videos, I don't want to take him serious. That's the truth. That one of them man in a good theater has some bar.
Okay.
Or if they say I name arts carry yes. But after a while what about the theater arts on back and says oh okay, that was when I wrote one of the most popular poems then. I go electrical engineering. I'm also doing electrical engineering in theater arts because I've been a technical theater. I don't go around wire, only around cable. Physics now, but also since Mazebo late of blessed memory, physics na theater arts. Box office is all about business.
Yes,
marketing is there. Psychology is there. legal studies are there. Onwere ihe ọbụla ị na-agụ outside na anaghị agụ within theater. Onwe ka ọ bụrụ a bit of borrowed courses, but I na-agụ literally everything, all human endeavor, because Kekone theater we are studying human behavioral patterns, human experiences. So me ikpoko yo ni fukana ihe onye ọbụla na-agụ totally everybody na-agụ ka anyị nwa na-agụ. Achịkọ ọnụ na-agụ na one course. Mechakwa egbe egwu dị na ya. Eme play nọ ya. Akọgọ Maazị Patrick Okoye nke kụziri m. Asị gị egusi iji 2 naira ishi. Egusi iji 2 naira ishi. Energy, Mr. Energy mba. Apụka na egwu n'aka ọkarị. Aka ọkarị.
Kedu ebe ị ga-eplesi theater Unizik? Because ama m n'ebe aka ego. Maka na mgbe anyị na-agụ theater na-asị na UI bụ nke nwa Ife, Port Harcourt, Uni Calabar. So theater, the whole theater Nigeria, ebe ị ga-eplesi Unizik above which and above ndị MUNN na nke ikpeazụ asụkwụzi na fa na-enye nsogbu. Ebe ị ga-eplesi
ndị niile anyị bụ ụzọ wee ego karị Unizik apart from ndị UNN. Ndị UNN ewetara na ọnụ mba mụ ama nteki nke ahụ. UNN ewetara na ọnụ cha atụrụ ha na-abịa eboro ndị nkụzi anyị. Na-abịa eboro ndị nkụzi anyị na-azụ kụkụ ya na-agara mba UNN ewetara. Abịa na ihe gbasara theater, UNN should not compare themselves with Unizik.
Nye your first 5.
My first 5, yes. Okay. As pure theater, not theater and film. Pure theater. I will go with Ibadan.
UI?
Yes, UI. I'll go with Crab, which is Port Harcourt.
Oh.
I'll go with Jos.
Oh.
I'll go with Ile-Ife.
Oh.
And I'll go with Calabar.
Oh, first 5.
Yes, that's first 5 for me.
Oh.
Because now when go stage, I am on stage. Onwe ha akọpụta ọnụ. We didn't expect. Maka mgbe anyị ga excursion na Calabar, abata na proscenium stage ha the thing swallowed everybody because we are not used to it. As at the time I want to go. Now I think Unizik can make improve now in terms of their stage and all. But by I go, we didn't experience pure stage like I am where Asigi theater in around Asigi proscenium theater, all those things. I am really we didn't experience it until I got excursion. Excursion with my were for the real stage. And luckily for me too, I was able to travel abroad and got Greece. Where for some of those things I in a theater, you know.
Orchestra pit now.
I'm from orchestra pit now. After all those things I could Kita as ages no break ages I want Greece now. I think about 20 euros. Akpopere gate banye na old places ebe ndị mgbe ochie nwa mgbe nwa mecha ihe gbasara theater na ndị so but my top 5 bụ ihe ngoro gị na Unizik ga-anọrọ na my top 5.
Ke theater Kaloka nọ dị?
Kaloka bụ Unica.
Okay.
Onye bụ Calabar. Onye bụ my 5th one ngo.
Yes. Man, at least Unizik na UNN Adamu aka.
Mba. In fact, don't want UNN meet the other day. I na-ekwudo okwu gbasara film. Say even if you go to Nollywood, mba, I know now. We cannot be comparing ourselves now.
But they brought in film before Unizik now.
But where are they? I'm gonna mention 5 names. I'm gonna mention go to 5 names. UNN. But just mention 5.
Come to think of it, I don't think I can actually.
Agbara ọsọ gbakọ si Obiemelo ya go theater arts. Oh, English now.
Yes.
Because no borrow theater. They now own him.
Yes.
Because no one man one of yours I'm not coming now.
Kizito na try kwa.
Kizito be okwa ka mmanụ bụrụ ọ na art. Well, ọ na-agbagote obere. Ejisi Kizito compare second Harris. Ọ ka mmanụ. So onye onwe ya makwu UNN na-ebido ha na-agbagote agbagote.
Adamu aka.
Half elder brother ha ba ọla ya. Ihe producer Erika.
UNN una anugi ya. Music theater.
Mba.
Hands off.
Anyị adamu aka.
Anyị ma ndị ka anyị.
Mba. Anyị ma ndị ka anyị, ma ndị karị.
Ndị anyị ga-aga na wala. Ndị anyị ga-aga na wala. You know, theater is actually a joy to actually experience, you know. People of Ikenga, I greet you, we greet you too. In Agbo theater, unkano theater mgbe ebidomewe no drama na mid court.
Yes. Mgbe anwa asa anyị si na mini hall I use na Gaba Square kwara. I gawa na Midco. Mgbe ka na apụzi apụ. I gawa na Midco. That's not actually do the place. You know.
Man na theater music at the record people like Otua Esi Samdede from Port Harcourt, I guess. Saka, lecturer too. UNN guy, Obi.
Okay. Obi was not really. He was a contract staff then. I'm not sure on Canada now. Okay. Was there now.
Okay.
But he was a contract staff at some point.
Okay. And some other people. Why did music at the record such people sequel from the theater?
The question: why na Unity come and bomb some lecturer?
Okay.
For instance.
Yes.
Why na Unity come and bogi? You have a lecturer. I'm going to visiting lecturer.
Yes.
Why na Unity come and bomb? Ken Harris, yeah, lecturer.
Because these people are practicing.
Oh, how one? So all the question I have is
and that is where it actually starts.
Yeah. Oh, is that the question? I will say, but now Unity got they produce because most of the Kuzirai are deep head into theater, scholarship. Manahan maybe na hang with much interest at the practical aspects, and so don't have the major thing. So Monobona, for instance, like Samdede has always been. Samdede Kuzir Lancelot or do Emerson. He was his lecturer. Manambu Lancelot Choimi Sakaba. He brought Samdede as one of the lead role for Isakaba. So all his lecturers called. So maybe most of our, in fact, God bless his soul, Dr. or Prof Mbong and was once told Canis Prof. Oh, he was Prof years before. Once told me now I cannot balance theory, scholarship and practice. Nange choose of. I say now practice come on. Scholarship to come okay because mana gocha. I'm going to be in now every month. I'm so on the it's okay for you to make your choice. I preferred practice. So, Obona the Unity game a bidon, take some step back. Man, that now some of us now practicing with some things in this scholarship now maro, and they're able to blend it or come.
Yes, I agree. Let's give some of us so put our name off from Theater Unizik.
Oh yeah, but I Unizik you name menu dia. Yeah, brag na. I can do see you and come mother.
Yes.
Obona I have toucher.
Yes.
Okay, well. I have go do.
I went no kene.
Ogo ko e.
I went ogo ko e.
Akare. Ngo ba ka tell
you. Yes. I went soma dina.
Okare.
I went Goa, Uche na Agbo. One girl named African Magic Mba.
Even Onye, or Onye Kinekuya, even Silver or Luchi.
Luchi Silver corners. Onye is
doing well now.
Yes, former Miss Atas.
Yes.
And then we have, in short, let's not brag. Okay, Kai Banyana Ejije. Ịbụ onye na-eme film anụ ya na kedu ụdị film ị na-enwe because kịta anyị ma na-enwe sinima nwee YouTube
ọ na-eme film niile apart from blue film sọsọ blue film ka na-adị eme a na-eme film niile
and the Nigeria Censor Board if they actually allow blue film you actually
no arom na somebody King and record one. No, you break camera see the name iniquity.
And we're going to name with a storyline.
Bam.
At least Obi doctor pastor.
Yeah, in
but Molly go see him once. The clear one side.
I'm on me now. I don't make it cha.
Everything.
Well, name feature film, name documentary. However, based on Ihejo, any platform na dem film apart from platform they distribute in Kanku kita. Obro emegon film no na Gal Cinema, emegon film na YouTube, emegon film no na Amazon Prime. So also platform the popular film na Cabaroni have Netflix and but no chukwunye aka nwe nke anyị na ha na-agba maka ya kịta nwee ike ịbanye. So man, apart from Netflix, every other platform na-egosi Nigerian film, major ones film nọ there. My Iroko, my African Magic, my Rock, all of them.
Are you a predominantly an actor or director, or would you say just a filmmaker?
Well, a director is a filmmaker. Some guy major. I prefer to be. I'm like a filmmaker. But I'm predominantly a filmmaker because sometimes I combine roles, producer, director. I'm acting, but once.
Okay.
All the common I prefer in on our camera.
Yes.
Than in on your camera. But when I'm mad, I'm not sometimes on your camera. You know, because nowadays, that was the audience. I'm around the nana camera. Unless my Jesus week brand don't go off ma. But brand don't go off ma. Ige me film kita ga viral. More of ma. Gina the actor. And a she from Imuno na pota. Ndị mmadụ agbakute the actor. Hey. Ịkpachara ya sef aga azụ wasi ga ọkpa. Because na nwere ya magi.
Yes.
But all the pain we go through. But now those are the pains I as filmmakers go through. Mana at the end of the day, the joy are they happy over
the film. As a director, continue you on the spot. Who would you say is the Nigerian director greatest of all time? The GOAT director of Nigeria.
Nsogbu there. Nsogbu there. Bụ na ndị bido ụfọdụ ndị bido mgbe mbụ IG chere
Asekta GOAT football.
Onye bụ the problem now.
Simple.
Onye bụ the problem.
Give us your GOAT, your own opinion.
Nsogbu dị there. Nsogbu dị there bụ na isi GOAT ihe ọ bụ greatest of all time.
Yes.
The problem bụ na abịa na Nollywood, from any director be a GOAT, greatest of all time. I only see directors who GOAT at their own period. Ohe na chikowa ya. Enwe periodization na Nollywood. Ndị wu ji Nollywood na as in jishe hike in 90s and early 2000s rather. Abroad ndị ji akita. So egwu change because it's not greatest of all time. Ọ ga-adị difficult.
You are just being diplomatic. Because Maradona was the GOAT until Messi and Ronaldo came in when he stopped playing.
Wait.
At least Jiloro ndị arụ mgbe George kwa ihe na-eme na
Imanji ọrụ arụ mgbe ahụ wee na George kita. Onwe ndị nọ kita dị better than them. But how the better than ndị a based on their own technology. Ọdụrụ film adịrọ ka football.
Ebe ọ bụla chere nye anyị GOAT, nye anyị first five.
Okay.
Because I'm not vice person.
Okwana Nollywood.
Yes, Nollywood.
Nollywood go.
Yes, first five again.
First five na Nollywood.
Yes, greatest first five. So Mari Odanyong.
It's a body power.
I must put you on the spot.
You put him on the spot, that brought a problem. But I cannot say, okay, one of them. I respect Lancelot to do Emerson. For any me in the past, without the advanced technology we have now, I mean, creating blockbusters back to back, I respect him.
Lancelot.
And emanating one of the biggest. Whether you like
Lancelot did Isakaba just in case.
Yes.
Isakaba.
Yes. Isakaba. And Damnation I'm Egg of Life. And many other. He was also one of the directors in Igodo. So he's one of the greatest. You know. Teko Benson. I cannot say without Teko Benson. Teko. Then na five
Teko is
state of emergency. Okay. Across the border.
Okay.
I'll carry. Film Teko carry.
He talk it bogo.
No. Timeline ma go kwa.
Just a walk off.
Onwe case that fire do. Kenji do Frank Raja. Ay ogugo kwa agu. Izojuku. How can I not mention Izojuku? No, can I extend it to 10?
No, you cannot. Izojuku is the
No, Okali.
recent director of Amina.
Is Amina. No.
Onya play polo na living in bondage.
Izu is good.
So these are your goals.
Chikwao. No, Okali.
That means Chidi Chikere did not have a role in then what you said. Chidi Chikere is not there.
Do you mean to Chidi Chikere?
Chidi Chikere, yes.
Okay.
Chidi Chikere. Robert Peters. Anyway.
Ndani need the good on their own way. But
in their own right.
In their own right. Every director, the good in their own right. Manon with some distinctive things, some of them mentioned go me. More. It made me expand to 10 now.
No, don't worry. Let's Uche, go and your two biggest projects, Imego, like be like, oh, this is actually
Ufaka nice. In Between Colors is one of actually the biggest projects. Hell, I can one of the projects in Wagner and the Netflix now.
Okay.
A lot of cars. Nancy Sime, Messi Agbo, Shego Arinze, Chris Hua, Erika, In Between Colors. One of my one of my biggest projects.
Ogwa Castle.
Yes. Almost everything from beginning to end.
Igbo Nancy, Igbo.
Yes, Shego, all of them.
What happened to our Igbo actors, Nollywood Asaba actors?
Well, as a casting director, in with the script, Eguaya, the fit into the.
What is the different fit into the script?
That's Abro Femano. Shego half of Femano, half Igbo. Kekwan cause Igbo aboko Femano. Igbo
actors. Our more like our ndị nke anyị ma Destiny Etiko ebele Okaro
if nne mmadụ akpọm afa nne mmadụ na discuss list mkpọkịta onye gbogodo ofe afa Messi Igbo well nne mmadụ mana ọ nọ you wouldn't say no the same age with Ebele Okaro. Ebele is older, so Ebele will play more of an elderly woman. I love Ebele, by the way, one of my best. For Destiny, the issue now, the role into of it into the role. So I prefer Nancy to Destiny, now that particular role.
Okay. Okay. It just going with your second project.
Second biggest project. Well, like
the ones people can go and check out.
Okay. One of them, one of the recent ones. In fact, on YouTube say Hello Pot. Ruth Kadir. It was one of my best works. I love the way we handled the project. Hello Pot.
Okay.
You on YouTube now, appear Hello Pot.
Ruth Kadiri bo somebody named Sobuna when it comes to filmmaking, and some feel that she's actually underrated, and then she's actually underappreciated. At least somebody look go one-on-one with Ruth. I'm no bro. This is not your first project with her. I think
many.
Yes. So like like she rubs off as a very resilient young woman.
She is. Ruth overworks almost everybody. Like she overworks. Like she outworks. I think that's the right word. She outworks almost everybody. Or somebody might hurt her. Mara or study go any platform of non journey on my also got study the platform Mara and that okay here this platform onye the platform that natural or somebody the very resilient or somebody now Gbam or somebody I don't I'm surprised more no Anambra. I don't I'm surprised even though meet beria man I don't I'm surprised because even though Ruth bụ onye Edo mana ọ na-eme ka onye Igbo ọ na-agba mbọ ka onye Igbo ọ na-agba mbọ ka onye Anambra ọ na-agba mbọ ka Anambra blood or somebody now she outworks ọ bụrụ somebody ga-abụ nọkọta ọsịgị goria script gwa ya ihe den ọ na-eji aka agụ every single script on a shoot. That's a lot considering not a wave to film every week. That's a lot bro, and we're talking about 120 minutes. of fame or more everywhere. No, that's a lot. In fact, DSF not JK, because for you to work with a creative person like this, you have to have some level of patience. Maka want to be very creative. Most times, each other on because more than I'm gonna do here in a work. I'm not going to balance work and love life. Put it down.
Ruth Kadiri or Mary Njoko?
Hey, can see je. Can see je.
Ruth Kadiri or Mary Njoko?
More pick root. Makana root come near Arukobo. One-on-one close. Arugo more Ghana platform Mary, but I draw him close to Mary. So I draw him as much close to Mary as I am to Ruth. But I will pick Ruth because none of them are closer.
Why do you think they're not giving Ruth her flowers? I think Afugomo Ebe Eku Makaditin or former, you see them give Biodun Stevens, you see them give Mo Abudu, you see them mention Funke Akindele, you see them mention Tony.
Why are they not giving somehow Nollywood we have this what we call clicks. Somehow Nollywood has clicks and circles. So sometimes even we get na bankata certain kata may not be where your own clique or your circle
can influence what is being discussed.
But nobody can take away the fact that root is you can debate it, but you cannot take that fact away. Somebody may pull up, put content 1 hour 20 minutes on YouTube, and within 16 hours, like Hello Pod, only 1 million views. 16 hours, less than 24 hours. Yes, and just the guy 1 minute before. No, the nature the film from beginning to
drop
end.
Drop
or comment enough, yeah. So be more. It takes a lot to build that kind of platform. So some musicians name maybe before in Nigeria, before Root after.
Yes.
Musicians name week after week after week after week. But I bet give that woman.
You say she has conquered?
For me, she has. Because now we could see French channel with more than 500,000 subscribers. Yes. And she has even gone ahead to do French talk. I want to the woman my heart. Oh my name. She's very, very resilient and visionary. Those two words, you can't take it away from her. So for me, all come Kagoda platform, the platform. And I'm sure no time like in Kukita. She's already planning of the next move in the Madnamaro. In fact, one of the things who you do one shocked. Now the last job direct your captor and can captor. Remember that they said for the lead actor. Or one of the major popular Nigerian actors. But the person has been out of scene for almost 20 years or more now.
You know, surprise on a good script as a director.
That's not the surprise because the person was like a secret. Even up to today, I can't post the picture of the person until the film happened. And this woman had to fly this person from abroad back
to do this.
Yes, these are moves all gonna make. You gonna how does she wake up and she thinks like this? So now my pictures I say everything on my side, nobody won't post and until the film after. These are moves, and here have the period them mother na juggle actors, not juggle the same actors, not juggle.
Yes.
She's thinking out of the box, not sure.
They are recycling.
They are recycling. You gonna YouTube on your office if forever here. But look at her, no. We're taking new faces.
Or would be her invented that.
Yes.
That's be a full new face.
If new faces, the same faces.
Yes.
Oh, that's how creative was.
Wow. Otu ageta ekutelo okwu an actor dey go out for sometimes in Nollywood. In wiki gwai actor feel that should actually make a comeback. Like we miss what this person.
For
example, now I know that we've not seen the likes of Sandra Achoms.
Standard tunes, yes.
With Anzelo.
Even
what they gave us that was actually different.
Even in Cabos and Nurse, Regina Askia. Regina Askia is one of the persons in Choco make a comeback. Regina Askia used to be our darling Genevieve Naji. Regina Askia used to be at that level. Or the state of emergency. Very pretty woman. Honestly, is a nurse now in the US. Yes. I wish not to make a comeback. There are a couple of them, but the life is moving. And when new ones coming. What I go? And when you can say I'm Gen Z now, we got Mamma for here.
Yes.
Some of the films someone get Bogafa here. Yes. Many Gen Zs are Mamma.
Yes.
We are lucky to be millennials. We are coming from a place where I watch the old ones, I watch the new one. We are like a bridge between the Gen Zs and the older generation. I want the lucky. So I would like somebody like Regina Askia to make a comeback. There's something she brings. I name Rosie much. She was doing a lot of action films, and also some, of course, the love shows and all. But that action part, and there isn't much women that can jump fences, that can do all those physical.
The likes of Stephanie Okereke.
So most of them now was just amakamuma, eticha powder to cause eticha powder to in nature. If the director say, nah, let's shoot now. I think this sorry, only small hole. They are just more concerned about how they look more than
how they appear on camera.
Yes, they are more concerned about how they appear on camera than the interpreting of the character. The character proper.
Uche, achọrọ m ịga ebe a because ọ na-eme some of them for the stereotyped and everything. How do you people handle the fact that an actor will wake up with a makeup on their face because they want to look fine? Then onye ọbụla na-emezi ike because ana m ekili Hollywood. Ime ike, that one you are no more an actor because you cannot play detective. You might have a lawyer bully can now in a court and everything. So now and the odiki na they're gonna on obna make where then for somebody because I know that the body of an actor is not actually his. For an actor or say tattoo. Ochi me prince tattoo at the anaka. Ochi me poor man tattoo at the anaka. Ochi me anything. You get the idea now. Somebody like Jim Ike now. Ochi me anything village prince he must be gonna you will not see Jim Ike come down and maybe speak like Funke or speak like Mike is already used to do it. Mana iga for Mike on acha baba name village boy. So how do you guys handle some of this?
Well, can be go from Kembo and then Kembo and Kebasa here was already making and Maju gaju is Amian where would say that Zagia Kembo like Ike.
No, I am indifferent about Ike. Man on Abam Nanya. Man can give us your on Abam Nanya.
Okay, but also Abag Nanya.
Okay.
Go Saba millions of people Nanya. So somehow it has become a strategy for sales. Somehow. Am I encouraging it? No. I've always maintained an opinion that when you go and reshape yourself is a result of lack of confidence or inferiority complex.
Okay.
If you go to reshape yourself. Some people have also argued, no, if a woman does not feel good about herself, she should go and,
So she has the money.
I don't argue it. Personal is a personal opinion. I don't feel that no name or however you may put it, right? I don't feel that no one way self-confidence enough. Because there's nothing that beats being natural, the way God created you, and owning your body the way God created you, right? Albeit, Obugo a marketing strategy. I can do jog the just a life because a lot of people, but the urban area is looking like urban area in a certain role. I'm a man cast and then if a camera is video most people be a track reporter, more track they just want to softly sell those things that people are indirectly buying without knowing it. So it has become a marketing strategy. That's why almost everybody in agency, not everybody, a lot of people in agency are me. Secondly, here basara actors they make or their body is more important than the interpretation of the role. Over time, it has become a culture in Hollywood. I don't tolerate it. I don't on my own set. Iburu makeup, there are sometimes I work on a director show email. Oh, because some other reasons in the madnamaro. Time na agazi we need to go. Na si kese go dia kese because na feature makeup pack them. The next thing I get downstairs. O see me makeup. Asin na ke game. If you cha or because take 2 hours, ke take the makeup again. Asin na kese go do one thing for. Na just low bring it low, let's shoot it. Image up that. The mother will point it out. So more, I'd rather not shoot it that day. So yes, it's all of these things, all these errors, issues, but as a result of one, budget had these ways. So you want to quickly finish. Secondly, the director Amaroria, we got both director Amaroria, so he will allow anything as long as sometimes the director is even starstruck. Maybe now the star career. In quote, and Omaro how to impose himself as a director on set, not by shouting, but by at least presenting a superior argument. So Omaro those things. The next thing he will allow it. So those are the issues, right? Then, as a result of maybe what an actor Ibu Tatunar, I've said it many times. Like the makeup can actually cover it. But I don't think Donny Obna is very serious with acting. The tattoo ebe or got very visible. Because it means that especially tattoo permanent tattoo that man wufun. I don't sure Donny Obna is serious with the art. That's why I'm not working. A lot of actors in Nollywood, beyond their awards in Nollywood, how many of our actors have really won international awards? How many? Madonneni Meha BA win go international awards. Because living the character is different from ihe I name here. A lot of actors here have just line Hana agami to really embody the character. Why? Because they are very conscious of their body. Because after all, maybe sometimes ihe go more abroad acting. Not just Niru had gone to TV and say nah, but I go do monya na Abuja, but I go do monya na Dubai, but I go do monya na everyone. And we call brown or extra curriculum activities, if I may put it that way, be go more than the acting. Yes. So they want to maintain steez. Laugh and cause.
Uche, because any quicker. Ime ike because abụrụ Gen Z abụ m OG whatever. Our screen divers those days, the likes of Genevieve Nnaji, the likes of Stephanie Okereke, the likes of Regina Askia, the likes of Dakore Ebusin, that is when the body enhancement was not even I kill Genevieve Nijele. Lepa. This girl is now reminding us of her. One Yoruba girl like that, Jemima Osunde. So I don't know who even started this whole trend.
Yeah, Western culturalization, anything like that. And like I said, inferiority complex. Now, at every point in time, people are more than willing to adapt.
Okay.
Mba na-ekwu ihe a enwe lesser Western cultural influence on our own culture.
Yes.
A belief system.
Yes.
And by the way, mmadụ n'ime herself can even afford it mgbe that's another thing. So, but I'm glad n'ikwu ya maka na mgbe we had more natural girls.
Very.
There's nothing forced. There's nothing some of them is
and I glad you be
just everything and then artist a picture. I don't know.
He will. She
Almost
trying
always a picture. Hey, just to show you, making it. They are just putting it on your face. In a we were online that Nandemba Naftasik as commodity.
Yes.
Because that's what you are trying to sell. You are trying to sell yourself as a commodity. It is a picture. You get face say na picture of you. These days it was Zazu.
That's what I said.
You find more. You find more pictures of them with their back than you find
with their front. Except say
they do front and back.
And well opposed to one director, man Guinea, the name Bakia Thomas. There's one.
I'm draw close.
Okay, and where you opposed to about actors, it bigger than director. And where us now on a set, then an actor, dear, I be sent there for her on set. Or happy her name.
A private jet.
Some people are now saying Regina Daniels and everything. Can do her name? Yes, I can now work on some people.
Okay.
More. Some people know Regina.
Okay.
Because of this description.
Just describe okay.
Can do her name by like towards actors or na directors? Like
more on my own set. I don't believe any actor Kalim on my own set.
Okay.
Unless I was not hired to do that job.
Okay.
So I got like that.
Okay.
The truth is we need to also understand that directors but employee of a producer. Actor is an employee of a producer. Producer be everybody employ. So on that set, open the director only. You brought director producer.
Yes. Yes.
The controlling is over your creative process.
Yes.
You may not have control over the administrative process.
Yes.
So sometimes open on that kind of set. More man to the room on. Because sin. If you give me a scene, sin. Actors develop none of the scene. I will shoot it. In your scene, the actors are not. I can't shoot it. By the time more the days, number of days I'm gonna get back. And I am mature. Either me extend the days, one more extra money. Or I leave the set and go. Until when you are ready, you extend my days and then you pay me extra money. So the responsibility of producers, be make sure now the people they hire now on ground for the job. So our time, but Ian Jamantion no kwabuna. Toka. Sorry, not Toka. Thomas Amaro, the agreement between producer and the actor. So or may not know. So Omamba say maybe na the actor Agbo producer and such a thing in not made the conversation.
Yes.
Which is why more another like eating until and more from the both sides.
Because it's just a one-sided information.
Exactly. So it could have gone anyways. Yes.
Okay. You see, as a Agbo FM able, ka ifukede maka film ndị be anyị. Anyị ma mgbe Asaba bụ Asaba. Enwe ihe dịka film ndị Asaba or Asaba Wood or anything. Is there something like that to start with?
Ekugo mi ya ugboro anu ikuku ebe ọzọ. I don't care who is saying what or what is saying who. There's nothing called Asaba Wood. There's nothing called Yoruba Wood. There's nothing called Igbo Wood. There's nothing called Hausa Wood. Ofu Wood Kamma, which is Nollywood.
Okay.
Every part of the world ane different grades of movies. Even in America. Ane grade A, grade B, grade C, grade D, grade E. So, obo na mmadu na-eme film na Asaba, mo na-eme film na Enugu, mo na-eme film na Awka. And the person by an independent filmmaker, or maybe film ya about like grade B or grade C. You cannot go and circle them. And say na ndi nka di iche from ndi ozo mba. The reason patoja abu film obu from US or Hollywood, right? Or magimma. But the most grade B and grade C movies, Sheba after, don't get international distribution. So you don't afford the film. By the time you for the film, you can find some of our movies are greater than it, are better than it. Because I'm a host film festival. And my films from across the world. Anyway, someone album from US now. What the hell is this? So I don't believe name Asaba would. This whole enclaves but just film hubs. But all of them are channeled towards one specific industry for film in Nigeria, which is Nollywood. Any other thing in our know, either for political conveniences, or for cultural conveniences, or for social cultural conveniences, or it's not really what it ought to be. Now, Nollywood as it is was even given to us by a white man. But what we know is that there is Nigerian film industry, otherwise known as Nollywood. So every other film hub, kita enwe film hub na Edo, Benin, enwe na Asaba, enwe na Enugu, I think ọka na Agbo, enwe na Akwa Ibom, enwe na Port Harcourt, enwe na Abuja, enwe na Lagos, enwe na Kano, enwe na Kaduna, enwe different places. So from reason Ageju na Agbo Asaba Wood. Guinea with that thing that's unique to Asaba Wood. Are they not telling stories? Are they not making films? Are they not using lights? Are they not recording sound? Can they be DJ? So I feel that we should collapse all these geographical demarcations. We're all doing one thing, but we are producing film for the Nigerian film industry, which is Nollywood.
Then, enwe ka ha si anya ọkasị ndị ofe mmanụ ndị anọ Lagos eme nke ha. Enwe ka ha si ndị Asaba anya. Then ihe a mekwu with ihe Junior Pope asị na aba mmiri abara mmiri no life jacket ọ dịkwa ka osokwu. Ka ihe mee ifile na ndị Yoruba na-ene anya as if ma ya dịrọ serious na ya mara ihe anyị na-eme na anyị na-eme ihe ụmụazị.
Nke bụ eziokwu bụ na first and foremost ihe mee Junior Pope ihe mee na ihe na Junior Pope is purely accidental, but there are some level of stupidity in it.
Okay.
I have not said this in public, but I will say it. There are some level of stupidity across board. God bless the soul of Ndemugam. But there is still level of stupidity across board. Stupidity from the EP who hired all of them. And by virtue of anything, did not have basic safety protocol. And you're shooting under the water. Across the water, like you're crossing
above
water.
the water.
Stupidity of the leader of the set, the director, who happens to also be a member of my guild, for not insisting that there must be basic safety protocol before crossing. Stupidity of the cast and crew who agreed to enter the boat without ensuring that there is basic safety protocol. Now, Obros also na Asaba on a Lagos. I can recount many times in the main road. One scene or two.
Without any
protocol. Maybe informing the road safety commission or getting the basic protocol to make sure. What if one drunk trailer from nowhere arrives at that moment? So the thing is, the problem, Abro Asaba problem, I've said this countless times, is the mindset of the entire industry as a whole that needs to rejig. Obro eptesim no Asaba. Ngiwane na Lagos, ngiwane na other places. The films in essay, what are the safety protocols in it? First aid, fire extinguisher, fire or even fire service, or medical personnel. How many Nollywood productions, apart from the big budget, can say na a health officer on set in case any emergency, in case madu add kata film da, or in case madu bukata sound boom kata da, or in case madu ne record film da. Kedu the safety protocol in one. So let people not push the blame to Asaba.
It's a general problem.
It's a general problem. So I've always said it. And I think I've done film once in Asaba in all my life, right? But you can't heap it on them. I will not agree. Again, let's be honest. Geographical location does not make a film. You can make the biggest film of your life in Asaba or anywhere else. Location is not the problem. Can never be the problem. So I don't like the fact that Asaba. Let us also be factual. Asaba has provided at least 60% of what sustains Nollywood today that is called film. African Magic is one of the largest platforms in film in Africa. 60% of the content that go in African Magic come from Asaba.
Oh, when you say na akose me film na Asaba. African Magic Epic.
So beyond the Epic, I'm not even saying only Epic. Because I know African Magic video. How many contents issue from Asaba and other platforms as well. So the Asaba and the importance of Asaba in the chain of the Nigerian film industry. I'll be laughing at them because it's out of ignorance. Before Asaba we na YouTube. Okay, and I say some of people in the man Lagos and I say I can never do YouTube films. How can I just spend my money in YouTube and then for free? Guinea now. Some people may go big budget cinema films and now catching up on YouTube.
Oto kwa Asaba banye YouTube.
Mbe DVD VCD marketing dawa. The likes of some marketers gather, some opened real Nolly, some open Nollywood pictures.
Forever.
No, forever the Uche. Forever bo Lagos.
Okay.
My name was so many
real Nolly.
Even first Nolly. And some others. So they saw an alternative to their DVD VCD market and grabbed it. Keta yende Lagos name is catch up. So you cannot tell me that or that yes, you may argue that the quality of cinematography, quality of set design coming out from Asaba, it may not be cream de la cream, right? But you also have to compare the budgets you use to make your own film and the one they use to make their own film. At the end of the day, for me, film success is two things. One, measure the impact of your film na society. Secondly, how commercially viable was it? Okay. If you cannot marry art and commerce in your film and become successful, then I don't think in a film. Asaba has been able to master how to marry it. So how many low budget they make back their money and they make more and more people talk about it. In fact, some pastors and priests use their film to tell stories in churches. Accusing ndoka. If you have film, no way film one in about weekend, about the weekend. Basogide onion been a weekend. Basogide weekend until Alaba one ya. You may not we can man water the impact. Someone like me, I know that growing up, when we want TV series, I know Family Second.
Yes.
Naminaj. Sometimes they got church on Sunday morning. Ukochuku, the father, a very episode. One of the episodes they made the previous night.
And then why you relate.
So the impact of these low budget films that are accessible to a lot of people, you cannot underrate it. You should not underestimate it. It does not take away like you got America, you got Hollywood. And with big budget studios name, with low budget independent filmmakers name. So you cannot continually to say, oh, talk down on them. No, you shouldn't. Made the same market. Open our cinema the game, no problem. Do cinema. Open our YouTube the game, do YouTube. What is important is that you have a story you are telling. The most important ingredient of film, book story. Every other element is just addition. How beautiful your picture looks is an addition. And when you go in for the cinema, put a cover say, hey, na picture I'm you can know this actor or this story. Now if I can call about the story or about the person who made the story, which is the actor. Hardly would they recognize your camera angles. If they now say, hey, I did dodge shot, I did this, all those things is just to satisfy your creative storytelling appetite. It has very little to contribute to how the audience accept or dislike your story. Because essentially, open a story, forget it. So I'm not cut out with this degrading thing. Shut the hell up. Go make your own film. Majority of them are not in Lagos now. Let me be honest. Majority of them have not done film in the last 10 years. You know, I cut to somebody in a film every week in, week out. Now,
turnover.
Turnover. Now, film. Yes, you may say.
Sense of business.
You may say quality is better than quantity. I give it to you, sir. But quality, how many times? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, about the greatest film critics are not filmmakers.
They are not.
Ndi na afune akot carry film.
Film. Yes.
Mgbe ha mee nke ha. Onwe one Chineke. Na jọ m ihe ọzọ. Ka hapụ ya ebe a.
Uche Agbo, since this na anyị na-emelụ, all of us bụ ofu ala ji ka anyị na-achụle film, Nigeria film industry. So as a director and then national vice president of
DGN, Directors Guild of Nigeria,
DGN, and then chairman of
Nigerian Film Festivals Association.
Film Festival. Kedu ihe meno ebe ọ na nche na achụrụ ofu ala ji efi ka ihe mee ji ya ignore anyị anyị nwa nọ na ndịda anyị nwa na-eme film n'Enugu Ọka Asaba Ọnịcha kedu ihe mee na they ignore our big players in the big field, as in, like for example, one of the biggest awards in the whole Africa guitar Nollywood is MVCA. And when the actor win, obono one of us who name film na so what ngwa, I believe that you are closer to know. Meji ode had you.
First and foremost, I just go my job before. The whole controversy video. And say this award, Okuya Boya African Magic Viewers Choice Award, which means, in my own layman understanding, no less money English, adequate my water. In my own layman understanding, awata mi adikana, no films ne goes in African Magic. Then ndi Kiria can now pick their winners. But most of the recent winners, most of the recent films who win go AMVCA have never shown on African Magic.
Most of them don't even have films on African Magic to start with. I'm
saying most of the films AG Makia win now. For instance, Breath of Fresh Air, which by the way is one of
Breath of Life,
which by the way is one of the best movies of last year, this year, right? I give it to them. One of the best, right? As much as the film is one of the best movies I've watched, it's not on African Magic platform. So I did not expect it to have a nomination, but don't win a nomination regardless. So I've asked that question. But I think branding is a case of where you want your brand to get to. Perhaps Nandi AMVCA focus, they may have to adjust the name to suit the current branding purpose. Because if we're going to tally the name, African Magic Viewers Choice Award, and the people they are giving award, it does not match. So they may have to rethink it, maybe rejig it, maybe find a way to fine-tune it and change the name a little bit. Call the more encompassing. No, all films are not necessarily Viewers Choice Award from African Magic.
Because the name is actually
African Magic Viewers Choice Award. It is not the self-explanatory. But the films ne win award there. Abroad films are goes in Africa. So our time maybe the argument is here. However, like I said, when you open a brand, the only thing that the name seems to be contradicting and they may have to adjust it. Because the people only he create one categories that will, because most of the only categories in Fugo on the award cover to filmed in African Magic but their own originals. Like African Magic Originals, both series and film. So, ndị nke ọzọ sịkwa na-eme bụ nye na take most of the runtime. Afuberom. Such films nominated. So, I feel maybe how we can create a different category that will capture those ones. Or he change the Africa or a broad award ka na-eme. Mana ọ bụrụ na afa ụtọ dị ka ọ dị kịta, for me, it does not really represent what it should be.
I also want to talk about, because I equal inferiority complex and everything. Inferiority complex sometimes mmadụ na-eji aka enweta ya because some of these our actors na-enegalụ ha anya ebe a if ma ọ bụ na ha esoro mee ihe a na-eme ebe a na mụ esoro they are not actually proud of what they are doing. That is why I must give it to the likes of Zubi Michael. But now anywhere they brought up that conversation, he defends what we do here with his full chest. Or second, ọ na eke ya nge pụta. Because nge na ya bụ Lagos actor ga-akwụ. Nobody knows you. So I must give it to him. Then ka bịa na AMVC a Lifetime Achievement Award. As at least nke afọ abụrụ no, that one is not nke afọ abụrụ no, it's not film eme this year. All film eme go onye somebody that is actually deserving. RMD was given last time and everything. Ka ihe nwe ikwu about the choice of RMD being given Lifetime Achievement Award over the likes of Nkemowo, over the likes of Uwezuoke, over the likes of KOK, Amama Hengo Peter Doche, over the likes of Bob Manuel, Kenneth Okonkwo. Even for me, every known actors who are living in bondage are the Lifetime Achievement. What do you have to say about that?
In his own right, talking about RMD, in his own right, as an actor, former commissioner, back an actor, he has his merit and should be deserving. However, he had a good number before these other likes.
Yes.
So, for me personally, it's just my personal opinion, I would say that they would have considered those ones first before him. Not because that as a person, Oru. You know, he is deserving in his own right. Man, like I always say, everything about the brand, AMVCA, is all about, for me, to them, it might just be all about the branding. So, I may not know the criteria. That's the truth. Can you read down Namaro? I'm not the criteria that informed RMD before maybe the likes of Peter Doche, for instance, right? They must have had their own criteria. However, I feel that now, the way we are being underappreciated. Now, like, what are we doing about it? I run Gomco Stephen Festival for 4 years going to 5 years. I've also seen some people that are trying also to promote this side. These people you are mentioning, these names, what have been their support to local brands promoting our people? So let's be honest. You can't tell a man how to run his brand. It's a personal brand. But the one that is targeted at trying to promote you, trying to improve how this side has seen. Because last year, last year edition, I contacted one woman that is in part of a trade agreement between Nigeria and UK. And I was trying to now say I can put some UK producers to Nigeria for Coast Stephen Festival. So that Habia or some distributors. So that then when they buy here MHR film that we want to distribute in UK market, they can my the woman now films are aside is not meant for international consumption. Oh, the thing with them, yes. KOG with them. Because I'm known when they are but the likes of Okoku is doing amazingly well. And some other young guys, the Ebuka Njoko that you talked about, that is from UNN.
That did Uno.
And yeah, that did Uno. And a couple of other young guys are doing amazingly well. And as for yeah. Mana wa he kitagi Ajafa. We have some local brands trying to meet up international standards in the way they present their brands that are targeted at to celebrate you. Yeah, they make invite you will not show up. So were okpu kedu ewu and were ewu kedu okpu bụ ofu ya. Ọ bụrụ na I feel na they represent anyị ọfụma ka esi kwesị represent anyị na AMVC or other big platforms. Can we now support nke local platforms and build it up and let it become a go-to event?
Because ndị a mee nke ọzọ fe nwere isi na-abụ.
Exactly. So I'm like we blame mmadụ in terms of onye nwe brand ya na name brand ya ka as in on my hotch of out of the brand. I go maka root career here. As na my and I root my hotch out of her brand. AMVC my hotch out of their brand. You will not blame them for going for RMD ahead of maybe someone like Pete.
After all, overall government sponsored program.
So how with their own criteria, how my hatch, how my hand? The question is, how have they been able to support local brands or indigenous brands that are meeting international standards in the ways of their own presentation that are targeted at promoting them? Some of our people is also part of our problem. You sabotage your brother and you want success. Other than like that now. Because Nollywood will have a lot of issues. Sabotage, backbiting, bickery, all those dirty mumu problem. And so, long and short, Bona, AMZ my hatcho. About RMD the hammer. That's okay. Manandibai must begin to understand that now national no matter my ponies.
Because already organized.
Branding is key. Sometimes when some actors not this side, na their page and say, with this your page, I will not call you for job. It's very easy now. Iri gari post to iri rice post to post to. I won't take you serious now. Branding is we live in a generation where CV now was a social media platform. So you say now actually no one guy you know na his name of my yamba banancho kono na firma. First question, send them social media handle. That's the first question. So send there oburi ihe ndiga say ba baby na enye ewu ebe na azo okoko ebe na achum kita obuno ebe na your page. When you take it serious. And so you have first of all you have to rebrand. Rebranding does not mean I got choka idika hamba. Rebranding means you have to find your own uniqueness. Okobamki na-eme with Igbo here. Ọ na-afịọ ime eburu mande na ada anu Igbo mande na ada anu eburu ya na
kọwalụ m ihe a na-ekwu.
But that's because of not the unique on its own. Mgbe ọ bụla ya na-achọ ka dị ka ndị ọcha ndị ọcha na-achọ ka dị ka gị.
That's complex.
That's what I'm saying. Ndị ọcha na-achọ dị ka gị. Inwe obere ike isi nye gị nnukwu. Inwe nnukwu isi nye gị obere.
Ịdị ojii isi gị ọcha.
It's very complex. So Nollywood has a lot of problems. From some of them okay mentioned on another podcast. From the issues of drug abuse, homosexuality, lesbianism, or whatnot, right? We have all those issues. But what I will not want anybody to do is to condemn another brand for deciding to take up their own brand in a way they want. Why those people that are, protesting against it, more opportunity to support their own local brand to become that big, but they will not. Like again, okay, they made that Coast Film Festival. Oh, Agbo, I beg that boy. It too they do over Sabi.
You know even
tell me before it starts. Oh, champagne. Luckily for me, as a Nollywood film producer and director, I'm working on a Nollywood now and gas now for my godfather. Luckily for me. So some people got fear as arrogant, some got fear as intajanya, but no. Nobody can come out and say, no, you are my godfather in Nollywood.
No, I be a tiputegi.
Oh, that's possible. I'm going to give my history.
Yes.
As a year 2 in the university, I produced a Begum film. More of somebody in Agbo. So, I created my own path, my own way. So, I can sit here and say the things that I have observed. And I will take responsibility for them. So, one of such is we should start promoting our own. What have we done? Michael Rifedima is one of the history film chronology in Nigeria. Because now textbook I go as go now from Ala Ranger Traveling Theatre to Robert Ogunde to
they love them.
They love, yes. That is Kula Flying's father and all of that. But nobody nobody has been able to recognize that Michael Rifedima is one of the oldest. That history is told without that man.
And he played a major role.
A very big role to the rise of Nollywood, to the rise of the creative Nollywood, let me even call it. He played a major role. Have you ever been theater arts? When you go to Katana theater arts, if accuse Michael Rifedima on the expedition or Michael Rifedima on the ventures, what he did, he on it.
Oh, how about Ogunde coach were no all.
So, I as our own.
To project
our own,
our very own.
Our own. Na apoko. Nke be eziokwu bụ na onwe na blame yourself. It doesn't go off.
Take
responsibility. Yes. It doesn't go off ma the mother respect back. That's the truth. It's open a festival and na na Lagos. Me udego ma na enweta ego. Ka go no why is I know how many times I approach to my state government. Luckily for me, 8 years. The other man, 8 years, the current one, self, even tried. This is the first, this last edition of March, but the first time a governor of my state, through the Commission of Culture and Tourism, is identifying with the festival. I have literally, with my sweat and blood, held 3 editions before then.
Coast Film Festival.
Can you hear the man has gone, why did you go to Enugu to host a festival? With all the 18 and Lagos, you will make money. And say, yes. But the vision is to open the doors of Southeast Nigeria to the rest of the world using film. I want to bring people in. With my sweat and blood for 3 years. My hub, he hosts event in a fly, an average of 30 people. With flight in Ada. An average of 30 people lodge here, feed here for 3 days.
Full expenses on you.
Every January, I'll go broke. Sorry, every March, after March, I'll go broke. And the host festival. Sometimes I have Jido. Must I do it? No. But one day, I was pissed. I was angry in my soul. I can't decide by make all these films, but there's no single film festival that is active. I didn't want to host a festival. I did not have that strength. Tony but now I host to Enugu International Film Festival once, I think in 2006 or something. Then I made this thing. I didn't want to start my own. Let's reactivate it. Tony, I don't know what was the issue. I tried. As it was not forthcoming, one day I was lying in my bed now in Lagos. The idea just damn me, she Coast Film Festival to open the doors of South Nigeria using film. Next day they register. So, come on, let's do this. So, chamfa. I'm not doing it for you. I'm not even doing it for myself. For Southeast and for us generally. But I sponsorship 2 million, 3 million, 4 million. The whole money I go into my own. And when dog I be in here, he go do so. Set to go do her first. Then
you go there for.
What is it? Tonto you church
drama.
Church drama. Some of us video. My attention was to do an international standard event. We have not gotten there. We're on the trajectory is towards there.
Yes.
So, Kedu, what are their supports? Some of them say, they do her letter, say, come, I'll have hotel accommodation for you. I'm on to for Dragon. We must first and foremost blame ourselves, correct ourselves. Those good ideas. Then I now put as I want you for now. I don't see it.
I will still come back to your film festival because I was part of the last one. But before then, Kamo kusugodi maka Yoruba and Igbo dim no obi ofuma because
I had an wogo.
Enwe ndi Yoruba na eme ayinwa bu ndi Igbo sometimes was kuinyomi. Yoruba has found a way to sell their stories.
True.
Look at somebody like me now. Okay, they come. You could have come by Netflix. Nekli jagu. But nah, go subtitle. Ne follow. Kule eme ijobo. Na go subtitle. Ome anikulakbo subtitle. Funke akwankia na go subtitle. Ekilim kita beast of different world na prime. Subtitle. They are selling their stories. They are selling their stories.
Not just their story, their language.
Their language too. And then you are an Igbo filmmaker, like indigenous Igbo man. Our Afamefuna. A story told by
Afamefuna was directed by a Yoruba Kashum.
Can you imagine?
Na Yoruba land.
Can you imagine? Onye mba ọzọ bịa kọọ maka ịgba boy.
Emegụkọ m akụkọ gbasara ịgba boy mana ọ na series ka mme ya.
Okay.
Ịnọ na ya?
Yes.
Ezan company.
Yes.
Ịnọ na ya?
Yes.
See, iyi ikwu kịta bụ eziokwu. Ka anyị gwa nwa eziokwu. The problem of Igbo filmmakers bụ na ndị izizi bụ ụzọ ji ego bata na ya wee mewe film. Fọtaya like a trade. Most marketers bido mewe this film fọtatu as trade. Like he produce one film now. Oneko lete, you know, because most of them she from electronics. Where banyile film.
Okay.
After Kenneth Nebwe me living in bondage or golf man. Yes, so most of them wo bataya. Urukwa anya nwa haje electronics. Iman electronics be to bata 20 television. E count wire. Ego ni na-enwete from each television. That's the bataya with the mindset of trading. So Iman blame her in a way. Man, some of them they mention Bundi gas school. Some of them specifically art school. Some of them like Kule, for instance, banking and finance go sepota. On a banking sector. Shini apota ga New York. Film academy, they made short course. Mpaya buku a filmmaker before.
Yes.
On abatia with the mindset of not just the trade, but the art.
Passion.
And then the passion to sell. So on with particular vision, dia Uche mbona abata. TK them, Tunde Kelani them, another very staunch Yoruba filmmaker, named Ezbo Film. Mo Abudu, for instance.
Yes.
Well, Nona Oye company as a PR. Public relation for a long time. So mbona abatakwa. All that na the only way to entice the world is to tell cultural stories. Well-made cultural stories. Let's even tell ourselves the truth. Jago na jago na maybe good. Ijele.
Egg of life.
The difference is in the quality of the work. Imeyari Igodo today. Wori Igbo swaya. May or the ma.
Okolonoko.
Mana, maybe OJ we come and interest. Because when we go calculate the 1 or 2, we get 100 million. Ha, na ache kwa 100 million for 1 year. Nego le kan get ngete dia. Na. Hope you calculate open off for the profit. Or simba dia kajero hotel also. Do you understand? So, but these people, for cultural exportation, as one of the biggest ways to immense wealth. Ịma na ọ bụrụ ego ka ị na-achụ, chances are na ịma nweta ego. Mana ọ bụ na onwe mkpa ị na-egbo, chances are na ị ga-enweta ezigbo ego.
Yes, value.
Ọ bụ na apụta here now, ndị niile nọ n'azụ kamera a, otu a ha ju ebe a na isi a na-awa ha. Ọ bụ na nji paracetamol na-akpa. Sị na each paracetamol ga-agwọ gị isi ọwụwa. And ihe na-eli ya 10 naira. Onye nke mgbe egoro ya nwụọ ya 30 seconds ọsị, hey, n'isi nke akwụsịgo. Onye nke bụ abịa. Mgbe onye nke tọ ga-abịa nsị ya mba na 30 naira ka na-erezi one. Onye egorukwa na-egoro. Why? Because first and foremost, ọ bụrụ the money ka nji bido. Enwe solution nji bịa.
To solve the problem.
Some of the Yoruba filmmakers have fought that now there's a need to export their culture. And one of the key ways of exporting their culture was through film. Through there, maybe they appreciate Netflix akubaze ezigbo, other big platforms, Amazon akubaze ezigbo. Mana ndị ba ya fought like that. Ha ga-asị gị na mgbe m ga-eji wee bịa chebe Netflix for 1 year na ka mee YouTube na ego dị ebe a na only have anything na ka mee ya ka asụọ English maka na English everybody ga-anụ ya. You understand? Otu a ka o si dị. So the major problem but we have to reset our own mind. More than women, nwebere the amount of funds may need to create the kind of cultural stories in need email, because cultural stories na-eli ego. Because you can with the actual the costuming, the spectacle, all those things may go get in. Because more, I also thank God. Obi Melon only can know me. Push you to go na the same Delta State.
Oh,
and hopefully very soon no ga happen. Maybe in Dinaka on na I didn't miss film na Delta State. Okay, no. So I feel him not do to Nandi Bani bido ya ji trading bido. By the time ha ga realize ihe na-eme, ọ bụrụ na ndị agafere gị
ndị ọzọ agbatego aka,
ọ ga-agba agbatego aka, onye bụ the thing. So ọ enwetakwa ndị ji that kind of funding n'ogugo akwụkwọ in today's world. Ine n'ụlọ that film Ebuka Njoko, ifu ka o si blend Igbo na English, blend ya ọ dị mma. So we need more filmmakers that are educated. More filmmakers that
the likes of Amaka Igwe that did wonders with
imagine if Amaka is still here.
Rattlesnake.
Because this is a visionary filmmaker. And we hear this and Amaka with vision. And Amaka just dapat here as a trade.
And Amaka was not a trader. Amaka came for the
He came for the art. Structures Amaka put in place is there up till now. So the structures, okay, watch this. When I mean structures now, I mean like training platforms. Kulena and Cap Television, Kulena and Cap Resort Village. These things are structures. Apart from physical structures. Do you understand?
In the next 5 years, kita or this or my magic.
He has partnered with MasterCard Foundation to train hundreds of Nigerians. Ndị be anyị nwere mindset for structure atọ ya chọdebebo na itinye 10. My brother ọcha bute ọ chọrọ si bute tinye 1 wote 2 iwo tinye 2 wote 10 okonye abstar nya na-ele kịta ego ne ka ọ chọ 20 million ngwa kwụọ ya crew members kwụọ ha 5,000 or 1,000 onwere ihe nji iru ha eme ha na azọ bụrụ ha na-ele film ọkwagwa ọrụ gị roll camera ọrụ gị na-eti action tiwe action onye mma akwụ 20 million bụ onye akwụ n'iru TV onye ọ ga-elere m ọrụ. That's some sort of mentality. No structure, no deliberate attempt to build something that would outlast them. But some people know ka ha na-asị we built Nollywood na church. Ma kpa but most of them na church. Because in a cine build Nollywood, how? In an art film, and or in a film name. Is that how you built Nollywood?
I'm one I say I built Nollywood na Cape Bazwa.
My brother, I'm more but anyway, a lot of people now.
You built Nollywood as an actor anyway.
If a filmmaker, cine build in Nollywood, how? from the past.
Yes.
Or maka na unu mee film nweta ego unu.
Yes.
Or ni art film akwụ ọgụ ụgwọ. Or kedu ihe bụ ihe anwa ime iji asị na gị build Nollywood. Building Nollywood bụ na mpụta tinye film festival were ego m na-arụ ọnụ ya. On that platform, and with so many people with the go breakthroughs, trainings. I bring people from outside to come and train, create platforms for networking. The younger generation and how to link up with the older generation, where to go, where not to go. Meanwhile, when you're to build in Nollywood, if you're an aspiring actor, you don't even have access to a director. Egu, I'm near a director.
Pure.
I have 2 film schools. One in Abuja, one in Enugu.
Abuja Academy. Abuja Film Academy.
Abuja Film Academy and Enugu Film Academy. I'm training the next generation. Some of them, sometimes we do free trainings. That is building. In years to come, those people now will come up and they are happy with me. Man, I need to, can the structure you put in place? Funding is taking us. When you say you built it, it means no one's going to hit you now. There's a structure. Without human structure, physical structure, any kind of structure. If it is just that you earned from it, on the contrary, my brother, my sister, you actually took from.
Yes, there was a structure that paid you.
Yes. But so let's be clear.
You're not even an employer of labor. You were an employee.
You are an employee. So many of people that majority of them across board. So for me, it's a muku. For some of us now suffer now to put certain structures in place. We are actually contributing more to building Nollywood.
Yes.
Than a lot of other people that claim to have built Nollywood.
Yes. Yes. And when one night working on a Charles of Play. Charles of Play Network. Charles Okoronkwo.
Charles Okbaleke.
Sorry, Charles Okbaleke. Sorry. Onwe ihe on a mecha, and I'm seeing the attempt. You know, on a try to reverberate the old stories. They're gonna with living in bondage. That was a success. Man, people are after the success with Naked Pretty Serpent, Glamour Girls. They're gonna. What do you think about that adventure? If you know a missed priority call, when also feel is there a better way for, because I all the call better with the funds and resources. Do you think no way how they met call no no way who need him just Ganiru?
Charles is a very innovative filmmaker and businessman. Continue to. Yes, Living in Bondage was a success. The other two, like they said, Agbo as much successful as Living in Bondage, at least by reception of the audience. However, EM feel libuna on post na DJ platform some days ago. When writers, hundreds of writers are saying, I have fresh ideas, I have new ideas. DJ go and I say, let's remake what has been made. It's a good idea, and at the same time, not so good idea. Two things. One, it's a good idea because some of us who watch go with the film now draw with the quality of the film, the poor now have opportunity in the same storyline in a better, well-made, or should I say, better picture, right? But my problem with it is that now, the moment he may remake, and let me also point that currently now, Lancelot Odu Emerson is remaking Isakaba, Oshu to Chago, honor in post.
Okay.
And I'm afraid, because Lancelot, like I mentioned by video, somebody not respect very well. Because I will not want a Sakaba remake to come out and not meet up with the hype and the standard that we film in buying they take. I can just sing because also somebody don't respect. I try to make a situation where I got
that would dent what his legacy.
Thank you. Someone like me, I made that kind of film. Man, remake.
Untouched.
Oh, come on, and the mother na-ekwu. Na-eme area film marketer. Na-eme area film marketer. Oh, come on, and the man na-ekwu ya. Dan, nan just remake here. Optar of my.
Away house.
Better move optar of my. Because optar of my is still a good thing. Right? But like because that's like one of the biggest projects Omego.
Yes, it is.
Then backtrack a bit based on Nke Charles. Charles video of ma, but open Charles may 1 or 2. Because by the time you do me people will now start putting eyes. For me, like for instance, Glamour Girls, any Glamour Girls. Oh my God.
Compared to what we saw.
Exactly. Maybe because now I just you mark a watch now I just okay plus now I ain't got idea of filmmaking and content. Maybe. But apart from living in bondage, the other ones we go see.
So, pretty serpent too. Let I go. Life on the character.
Yes.
So we expected that life from.
There was so many. So for me, asim ko nkebezi okwu obo. Ma say hapuzi remake for now. Maybe fresh ideas.
I want to go the
yes, the attention. Maybe fresh ideas. A drum, in my own opinion, have remake maybe fresh ideas. Even Igodo may have walked Mbawa Pempe. You know, some bunch of 7 people going into the bush to go and look for something for knife.
As simple as that.
You know, but now I don't know how people are going to receive it. All these Gen Zs, I ask now, what are these people doing?
Running around. Go that ultimate search.
Do you understand? So then, because you always say, honor them by read the room.
Yes.
You must know what is obtainable in today's world. Yes. Because each no on that one anywhere mba asi. Some of us nene mba one nene with anyo maka. Because we are just seeing film, Nigerian film. I don't know Chinese and all Nigerian film just came on board. So we're enjoying everything.
Yeah,
my brother, he opened it through to us.
We received it.
We enjoyed it. Yes. It was so good seeing people like us, on TV. Or not in Dutch or when they read in a Bakarat. Man, it's in Kita. Kekage Sefia. Because someone like me now, bunch of 7 people running around the bush, getting killed by one unknown spirits, and then getting to one place and one person having to kill himself for the knife to be handed over to you. Now, is that what I want to watch on Netflix? It's a question. So it's important now. Will people receive it now? Will that are so happy? Remake. Some of them are Unchago. Some of them heart attack, bad government, Buchago. So
that no more even alive.
To even watch that remake.
Let people now see their old fame.
Yes. The majority Gen Zs would they appreciate it? Hollywood, they are more immersed with Hollywood. So each could do some assault each email. How can I say nah? What is this? What is a joke? This is a joke compared to a you know.
And then adding to what you're saying, apart from that, now and we go the test board when it comes to if people on kiri and they go wide.
True.
The test board was the social media.
And may go things. Everybody's in fast pace now.
Yeah, social media and we go independent filmmakers, content creators. And what people do is also to consume by watching.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to drag them away from there, Gafia, I'll give you an instant. Programs like Go the Ultimate Search, Mbopota, it was big. It was
yeah.
So when people are saying that it will come back, people were expecting. But you saw that the comeback did not actually live up to the hype. Mm-hmm. Why? People had options.
True.
why will I be watching people inside the bush looking for one thing like that? You get the idea? Look at Who Wants to Be a Millionaire that came back. It came back. It was that same thing that a Marvel does. But now, it couldn't again because how many people can even sit and watch TV when they have their phones?
Yes, true.
True. If you are Omerozi of Makaisi will expect. Look at Big Brother. Big Brother at the time, no gidekwa. What they're doing now is that they are now involving social media buzz.
To keep it alive.
Yes. So they will still fight Gen Z and fight the test board.
Yes, the varieties of the test board. True.
Just like you said, Charles Play is actually he has actually
supposed to go I think next year, which is a cultural story.
Fresh.
I wish, yes, fresh. About this Abriba war dancers, the history behind it, the story around it. Which, if they do it well and it comes out well, it will rival the Jago you talked about. Because opposed to Gear some time ago, which is good. He's the kind of person they may expect, to take ownership of what the Igbo films are.
The man's how far he actually goes to get some of these things. On a Ganata permission, villages, and everything. Because the potential is there.
Oh, yeah, so it tells the story of
a project. But what do you have to say about him using somebody like Ramsey Noah to direct such Igbo themed movies?
Choice, right? Choice. Okay. Because at the end of the day, somebody like Sam Loco, until I'm all them no Igbo.
Yes.
Until on
yes.
HM na Sam Loco bo Igbo. Until Mbon was a canna no Edo. So all choice. Okay. So for me, one of the issue with your choice of director, because at the end of the day, your director, because somebody gonna get work.
Yes.
Yes. It will. Yes. Like yes, when no na ka come one director, the man na ngo kita ka osi nenye nsobu. So for them, in fact, no one bigger producer then bachaga ala makana elikate na set ego nwoke agwu or achi hang. So choice of director bụ onye ịchọ onye gị ga arụ exactly ọfiazi arụ kpọta an Igbo interpreter dị na set or a cultural guide ọ na-asị ha ngwa mba unu mee otu ọ dị wrong. After all, ịkpọ m kịta sị mbịa direct film na South Africa nsị na mama nje na mabụrụ onye South Africa. Ịkpọgoro m kịta mbịa direct film Yoruba m ga-eji direct ya ọ Hausa m ga-direct ya kama nchọ language instructor mụ na ya nọrọ nna ka ya na-akpụ ya na Yoruba kwuo ya nsị ngwa kwuo ihe onye akwụ. Visual storytelling is visual storytelling. It's not verbal storytelling. It's visual. It's camera ka iji tell the story. And then performance is universal. Mmadụ na-ebe akwa na America, ị ga-ama na na-ebe akwa. Ọ na-ebe akwa na Nigeria, ị ga-ama na na-ebe akwa. Mmadụ chọọchị na America, ị ga-ama na ọchị ka ọchị. Ọchị na Nigeria, ị ga-ama. So human expressions are universally acceptable. Are understood rather. Is universally understood. So whether me na achị ọchị, me na-ebe akwa, me na-agba ọsọ, me na ọdụ, me ihe ọ bụla ime, people can understand your emotion. Onye akpata iji abụ ị na-enene Chinese film, ị da na ihe a na-ekwu. Money they follow the story. So, obviously, about language and culture, you can choose to use a typical Onyibo or Yoruba, depending on the story, to give you guide on. Come on now, for instance, they shoot film, let's say medical film. Nga about doctor. More showing up na mama that field. Now, because at the end of the day, it's not my area, and I don't want to exactly. So that all this. So I don't have issue with him choosing Ramsey Noah because at the end of the day, only other banyana. So when we get tomorrow, or for another director boy you walk out banyana or sim na kajeme.
Uche, ka ifugo di maka Igbo female film producers. Tago. Ina nya side ndị ofe mmanụ, ina afọ ndị dịka let me say Lagos. Ị na-afụ Omoni Oboli. Ị na-afụ Funke ya na-atọ onye nkịta n'ọzịka Messi na Ronaldo. enough Mo Abudu, enough Biodo Stevens. Keta Bimbo Ademoye now is at least o produce keta ga kwafa that time and everything. Keme na ndị Igbo anyị ade enwe ụdị ha. Though na Destiny nwekwa ka o si bido now na afọkwa. Then there's one of my friend called Evan Okoro. Nke Adamaluku nnugo maka ya bụrụ nke mee ya agịta. So ka eme na ụmụ nwaanyị anyị ha adịghị nsogbu in this area. Ka enwe ndị ma mmụọ na-akpọrọ.
Well, ụfọdụ n'ime ha na-agbakọ mbọ like ụfọdụ mana all the few because everything comes down to here m na-agịkpa branding. If na ndị niile na-akpafa kịta kedu ka esi mata ha maybe through social media, maybe through their works on online.
Controversy, maybe news.
Maybe scandal. News, maybe all those. Some of them, the buyers have they produce. Imam Mother have they produce. You will not even know. No, the buy name, no wine buying name a produce. So I think it's also a question of branding. Again, down to Yankubu before branding, knowing to put yourself out there in the right nomenclature. Some of them actually, even Destiny itself. YouTube channel ya bukano Destiny TV mba oji afi central name ya, that's afi Igbo Chinemelo TV, something like that.
I think I've seen Destiny Go TV.
Well, the thing is that what I'm hearing at the end of the day, well, the baba of them all married in Joko, all by on Lagos.
Anyway,
so some of them not bunny. Some of them not money, but you are right. I ain't with as much people because a lot of them more interested in acting than produce. Oh, get yourself. And again, how the marketers? It take way of Mbawa because Mbawa an actor need produce film. You are in problem, and we can make abandon the ama music or rosa. Oh, get YouTube is everywhere or this democratizes content. Kama put us with their full chest, me with a film, as in produce with a film. Before, he made film as an actor. You might be delisted, you might be blacklisted, you might not, they may not, or less me may gina a marketer, I run at the back, or if you present there, nobody will know, not made the film. Do you understand? Like I'm Nankimo made such things, and a lot of films Nkimo produced then.
Okay.
Onye and the marketers, you know, he was a producer na films and down. But onye and the marketers, a marketer enough and the marketers. So, anyway, a lot of people like that. Now, how much a film? A man Jaffa, maybe for the fear of okay, when you go produce film, one ya produce bezin here. All kita for YouTube is in them. So I think all Kwanya will be discouraging, if I may use that word, for the buy no wine buy Sydney produce gas. But even at that, I can with some of them, you know, Agbo.
Let's talk about your Coal City Film Festival. You may get 4 or 3 times now. 4.
I need just give 5 by March next year.
I must give it to you. Last time I was
this year March
2024 album a resource person, and then I was I the marvel kids were pull so many people down. I for the likes of Melvin Odua, I for the likes of Emeka Rolas, Shegu Arinze, Andy Amaneshi, Fidelis Koka, Duka, Kaz, Chidebere, Mark Collins. You know, Mr. China, and so many of them. Chimoterago, Kedu,
don't worry.
Yes, Aneke twins. You know, the script writer were Jared. Kedu, how were you able to Kedu kisi mea independently? Kedu challenges sige? Emam ni ikutebege everyone atrom kai doyanka because. He made good that last time you know, I saw where you are going. Because I'm on the Edo Film Festival and I see how government see Adoyelon there. Or the governor self and I be
governor na be now.
What I go?
Governor because I make them training there for sometimes. Edo State International Film Festival. In fact, on the government Buhawa the Kahawa was there self. Because all how major in our sponsor. Then with some partners and with some partnership organization. Well, for Coast Film Festival, my brother, like I told you, you will be able. Now, in another time of film was you will I'm sick and buy his name all these films. So what any active film festival dinner buy. And I said, no man do possible. Now get bidolili a film festival. At least once in a year. Can some of these people buy that? Just the way I want to So that's how we started. Then over the years, I didn't want to get small sponsors, but at the end of the day, my pocket will be empty. Makana onye bu division maka ose afia. As at the time, I name me, I got onye nzuzu. But I'm a maybe I neje. You know, the foresight, but I gain a film village. Gotta accommodate, but more like a film studio. Gotta accommodate shooting areas, the accommodations, a lot of things. The vision is massive, it's quite big. So for the 4 years now, I may go, yeah. Also this last time, March 2024, the government of the state is I were some hotel rooms, majorly, and then hall, majorly on but the rest of every other thing. But mass in fact not Chineke, I catch good in here. Because come on, say media self now, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Sometimes after March, ndokwa broke again, but any year ọbụna mpụta afro ha ga-eji mee that year ka m ga-akwụsị ya. That's in man mezi any other edition. I don't want to break it. Any year ọbụna nna free age me, I will stop.
It's okay.
So and God has been faithful because age me and happen. So you know discourage I sometimes, which of course I not discourage my team, but no more. But na esi chani buputara obodo. Ndị na-abịa area more of ndị na-area bụ ndị si esi abịa.
I saw it.
No.
I saw it.
Some flimsy excuses.
I saw it.
And me say about plane go obodo oyibo for film festival. Ndị be anyị ga-eche ka idere ya leta tinye ọjịnia, tinye nkwụ ọcha, tinye nkwụ oyibo, tinye ha ncha niile buru ka nkata bịa bunye ha. Si ya kpọrọ ya isi na sị ya nna m ugwu ekene gị ọ nne m ekene gị that praise them, worship them before they will come out for ihe ga-benefit kwa ha. So be that as it may, we have recorded some very, very good success stories. Because our target majorly about the established. I be no problem. But our major target to create platform for them so that the kind of content is abro content that will be internationally accepted. Can't work before no one only some than the content I name here abro content that is internationally accepted. So my happiness of some of these children, some of these younger ones, some of these Gen Z filmmakers, we got opportunity to be trained in that platform. I'm happy with it. Have a lot of good testimonies. So on so forgetting the fact that Nandi so-called established, I had to fry on my problem.
Why KMN Enugu State as a state cannot actually show that this and where you hear her this thing.
Well, for the new government, yeah, can't knock it up, but I just batacha 1 year ago, and that 1 year home. I will give it to him because the Commissioner of Culture and Tourism currently can on board now. Dame Ogochi, fantastic woman. She has been helpful. At least on of the first commissioner who wanted to write something.
What do you call that day?
Now, commissioner was there. At least that one Jugudu Mafo. Now a working commissioner. For the first time we had a square hole a square peg in a square hole. That one my honor or my hot. She's very proactive. Nke problem with nke pop. The government think pop. Because man culture think at least see I watch some room. Yes. For free. Yes. At least that's the way to start. And we get the next edition now. I said, okay, ego nebudu unu need. I need the XYZ. We may man culture there because they started. I have to go on a very good note.
Good note.
On keep up. They take proposal and they take proposal. Culture how this film festival will build a city. Anyway, Cannes. Ngende man na Cannes. But all Cannes, na France. And Venice, and Sundance. These are international film festivals. These towns they mention, but towns, villages, towns in a state, in a country. You don't know them for any other thing, if not for the film festival. So, because the film festival can actually build the state, and people will know the state for the festival. And we come to the state. Do you know if you open Chiga cans now, and you go to your ticket, pay Kugo accommodation for 3 months before cans, you will not get any hotel in the whole of Cannes. You will not get
tourism, better tourism.
Exactly. So one of the biggest ways to attract tourists to the state, the festival. Oh, in Kagwam now, the Miss Nanambra now. So I'm happy because when we do, we don't can now. When we stand up, we go Kimo, Ndimo, Bilugo, and we go. In fact, mad now on Dimo Nano dog now. Imo Film Festival and Imo International Film Festival, 2 different people.
I get choose of food.
And the Abia, and come Nandabia now. Ibilugo. So I'm happy.
To Southeast.
I'm happy because one thing again, my only worry. Hey, you gonna che not easy. But can we make first edition? Maybe and when they again to go very good. He may second.
Consistency.
Or call. When we go to call, don't abandon it. Consistency is the main thing. Because at the end of the day, you continue name and your standards you keep raising it. One day, that those stories in may expect Gabia. So my worry with I'm hoping that this state government I'm an Nazazo after now. In fact, now I get something better. Yeah, water. So man kojo no nke pop. Kama na kama mama.
Yeah, na boyfriend nke pop.
Oh, buruburu nke pop now. How many times I did
Buruburu Gwalunho had that Enugu State is in the hands of God.
Okay.
So
thank God that our tomorrow has come.
Yes. Okay. Okay, now your tomorrow has come.
Our tomorrow has come. So, my only worry now I leave is just our tomorrow today. I'm also come. Yeah, I leave it tomorrow. But I know that the current governor is doing good, and I'm hoping that we'll continue it from there.
Yeah, Dalorin. Anyị anọtego aka ebe ụfọdụ na-ekiri ha ifo how happy and how relaxing dị. I'm saying this for the first time. Onye bụ Maazị Uche Agbo, the African digital priest of our time.
The only chief priest that has a digital shrine.
Uche Agbo is my very good friend and a brother. Onye unenanya bụ the more like the man that spotted me when I was in the university. I wouldn't say discover because I've already discovered myself.
You discovered yourself.
Yeah, already, yes. But mmadụ n'anya ofuna na ihe a abụrụ okwute no good. And 2 persons that actually did that in my life. One was a guy called Chike Kalu. You don't know him.
Okay.
He's in Onitsha.
Okay.
You know, from church drama, Salvation for All Mission. Chike Kalu used to be into Nollywood somehow. On a Abokoba Park in Nollywood. Arranged Azodofa. Not Abokoba Park, yes. So Chike Kalu was the person that spotted me in church and put me in church drama. So Chike Kalu was Alongoa. Ewolona University because you saw me in year 1 and you said, "Name for this boy anywhere." So that's me. Na young content factory na Gbam. Which I when find out take your time na this program. And we can enwe high na juro gi icho ikwu. maọbụ onwe onye chọọ ịkpọ iyi maọbụ onwe onye chọọ ịdrag maọbụ enwe onye tinye shout out ma ndụmọdụ ma advice maọbụ ihe ikwu before you need ka you just re-emphasize ya on just I na-akpọ ya take your time just do your thing ihe ọbụla ị chọọ ikwu gaa n'iru
o nwere onye ji m ụgwọ m chọọ ịdrag echetezu m afịa sef Chineke nyere m aka ka ncheta afịa kasi achọrọ m ịkpa afịa ọ ya maketa ka ọ bụ kai that guy kpọọ mgbe ala dey 2 film in 1 na-ayị ha na way back yeah 2 film in 1 ya na-eme mgbe ahụ after ide 2 stories asị gị chọọ like 5 cents ị ga-eji link ya link akwa artist ụgwọ 1 film ọ bụ shoot 2 films ọ bịa sị eme extra that 5 cents wefu with the 2 films n'afịa so mgbe a na-ebido mgbe ahụ just mfụcha university na I think 2012 or so they chere this man script this man ebido nyewe m onye ihe mee m ji wee kwụsị ịrụ ọrụ ndị marketers ọrụ ọ bụrụ ọkwa ndị marketers emejọrọ maazị ehuru ọ dapụtakala ma Chineke nye maka enwe ike ncheta afịa mkpọ ya mechaa ndị na social media ndị afịa this man sị m na ya ga-akwụ m mgbe ahụ 50,000 nsi okay onye kpọtara to me that time was not Solo Amako the other Solo ọ bụrụ Solo Amako one other person very popular in Nollywood eji Solo mana ọ bụrụ Solo Amako so ndị chere this man script this man enye m 10,000 sị m ebido shooting mgbe a ma serves because I just m pụọ na I was 7 then ebido shooting mbịa na ga akwụkwọ m ụgwọ ọzọ mgbara moto from Bayelsa eme na serve nata n'ọka ka I shoot film a mpụta the man enyegwa m nda 10,000 ọfọdụ 30,000 ọrịa njọkọta this man do first and foremost akwụkwọ m ihe ọ ga-akwụ m 60 or 50 mechasị m na ihe ya na-ekwete 50 na ihe ekwetero 60 nsị ya na 50 na 60 dak ofu ihe mana nsogbu adịrọ kwụkwazị m the 50 till today I God Chineke biko chitere m afọ that man ọ marketer till today 30,000 m afọ and ihe a bụ ihe a lot of people na-eme na Nollywood that is horrible o nwere nji wee bido na that okwu it's horrible we have a lot of people ga-arụ ọrụ chaa gị ọrụ ema nkwụghị ụgwọ iche na ị ga-abụ ọgaranya na ị ga-eji and then secondly you pay actor millions then ịtụpụrụ your crew members ndị bụ ha na-atasị dị afụfụ ọkpụkpọ anụ sị ha tachaba it's horrible Nollywood we should do better let us do better onye anyị na-asị ya were 10,000 as PA anụgo nwaanyị onye anyị na-asị ya ị ga-akwụ ya 25,000 as DP anụgo nwaanyị ọ na ka ihe ọ ga-agwa nwunye n'ọrụta after 4, 5, 6 days meanwhile ọgbụ ya maọbụ onye ọtọ bụ actor abịaga ebe a nachara ụmụ ihe 1 million na-atinye n'akpa nawa ọ na-agwụkwa ahụ enwere ka ọ bịa n'ọrụ 2 days ọrụ 7 days ọrụ 2 days 3 days nachara nawa ndị a ị ga-akwụ 20, 30, 40,000 anọ from day 1 to day 7 nwoke n'obi Ikechukwu so for me it's evident from my own personal experience but it's more like encouraging film producers out there. Crew lives matter. Crew lives matter. Only treat is na kahabu nobody. I'm one of the costliest film directors in YouTube. I got them on. That's the truth. That's what they say. To me, I got them on, but to them, I got them on. Because they have to go to good school. In a chomka, an actor, na Mercedes E-Class, now, under the rain, boss. A director that will see the film through and see post-production through. And first, before the film itself, there's pre-production and see it through. Be a better. I have categorically campaigned against the kind of peanuts that people are compensated against. Yet, you know, you're going to set. You won't feed them well. Now it should go from 3 times feeding to 2 times feeding. Even do that 2 times feeding, sometimes the food is tasteless. Sometimes I go to tasteful, right? The quantity is too small. In a full market now, every day they are looking dirty. You know, say, I call on yourself. You are, you are, you are, now say, you are smelling. Yeah, can go to perfume. A good scent will cost you up to 10, 15, 20,000. Of not a quality scent. I said a good scent.
That is manageable.
Because it's our quality scent, it's we are in hundreds of thousands. Oh, 25,000 yeah. They go scent. We're going to really need to boy or
you're not complaining no ACC. So
it's important that Nollywood will change. I've also seen some actors over here. I'm up there. Call yati. Because again, no me how affect. More nemeroga affect. What did you say? How did you use your brand to fight for the good of Nollywood? We should do better. So, whether this is a call out or no call out, another aspect I want to use and conclude this, but asking ewu. After one day see, yes, I ain't trying neighbor ewu. Ndi Asaba, Ndi Enugu, South, South generally. A lot of people they put them under pressure all the time. But it has become even a tradition that na some I had to write somebody privately say you are stop talking, you're not mad. Everybody was just castigating Asaba. Like they made it an Asaba thing. As if to say in everywhere in the world are good, but that's about people are good. Every time in life. We don't love ourselves. And who is supposed to love you? Come on, it's a competitive industry. It's competitive. Love yourself first. Your genuine love are in your house, your family, your friends, your well-wishers. If you're able to find the problem I know in Nollywood, nobody any say my friend. Open your friends. Some are your colleagues. Some colleague. Some acquaintance. Some are just people. Keep it at that. Not everybody. Some I'm your director. I'm not your friend.
Yes, and that's not bad.
You are my actor. You're not my friend, and that's not bad. I learned this thing early in life. Mechanics, whom I see as quote unquote friend, Mbawa. There was a situation where he has to shoot for me. You know, I tried to my friend. I said, Uche, yeah, I can go. Don't say no. This guy, at that moment, don't we go where me well. The truth is this guy the right. I'm not his friend. We are colleagues. So normalize using words like colleagues, actor, director, producer. Now everybody must not be your friend. Man can only be on the same set. So please and please, Ndi Asaba, my people, is no. Because if other people are saying this one, every Tom, Hook and Harry are throwing jabs at Asaba. Man, they may go film, man, they may no film. Man, they na moral case they may film. Just simply because of the location. Don't also encourage it. I'm not just a micro ring light news. Ring light. How? For me, on a very final note, you cannot condemn yourself and expect other people to praise you. So, first and foremost, position yourself as a HR can the motherfucker. Mo Uche Agbo now. When they get Jeku, I say Uche would the most wicked person they know. When they get Jeku, I say that guy is the most lovable person. When they get Jeku, I say na Oyenka, Ode Kudo Kuchacha. When they get Jeku, I say Oyenka na go kaparot. People have different impression about me. It's not my responsibility to go and correct all of them. As long as you are living your life the way you ought to live it, leave the public, let them make their assertions.
Yes.
So on a general note, ndị ji m ụgwọ unu were ọkụ na ma enweta echetachara afọ unu here na kama akpọ unu one by one.
Ka ọ da-agbam.
Nka na-echi uche nji idea na edile obere ka mama ga-echeta ha that boy. I would have called your name. Mana so kwụọ ndị mmadụ ụgwọ iji ha. Kwụọ m ụgwọ iji m. Kwụọ ndị mmadụ rụọ ọrụ gị ọrụ kwụọ ha ụgwọ. Nye ha nri na set. Emezina ha ka slave. They are not slaves. They are just people whom you are lucky enough to have better resources at that moment and employ them. Tomorrow,
yes,
they might turn out to become your own employer tomorrow.
Employer.
Hello.
We can do better. Coming from the national chairman of Nigeria Film Festivals and vice president of DGN, Directors Guild of Nigeria. And the by Gbam. Odago, ebe aka na-ekwu ọda Gbam. Akwe mwe fi water now. I na-ekene mazi Uche na Agbo, the African digital priest.
The only chief priest that has a digital shrine. And when you call me that name African priest, I will pour you the blessings of my forefathers.
A retired
radio presenter and a failed comedian.
I'm
also comedy can fail on. Even music. I failed as a singer. And attempted football and failed too. And
today you are still here.
I can see myself as a successful filmmaker.
Yes. What a story.
Still going.
You see, that you failed somewhere does not make you a failure. It's just an event. Exactly. Failure is just an event.
Exactly.
And the boy, Afam Kabo, Dr. Chijoke, Igwendo, Odogubu, Yambaba, Ezbonya Ba, one not the one and keep Bazua. And the boy, I know Kenun from Young Content Factory. And I could get out that bam. Ngwano, I don't know what's also. Peace.